his spreading of racism, the way he deals with color of their skin, their national origin, where they're from, is absolutely sickening. No sitting president has ever done this. Never, never, never. No Republican president has done this. No Democratic president. We've had racists, and they've existed, they've tried to get elected president. He's the first one that has. And the way he pits people against one another is all designed to divide the country, divide people, not put them together.
If Haiti, a god-awful thing to say, if Haiti just quietly sunk into the Caribbean or rose up 300 feet, it wouldn't matter a whole lot.
We have this notion that somehow if you're poor, you cannot do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. Wealthy kids, black kids, Asian kids. No, I really mean it, but think how we think about it.
Lobbyists aren't bad people. Special interest groups are not bad people. But guess what? They're corrosive. People who accept the money from them aren't bad people. But it's human nature. You go out, Lynn, and bundle $250,000 for me, all legal, and then you call me after I'm elected and say, Joe, I'd like to come and talk to you about something. You didn't buy me, but it's human nature. You help me. I'm going to say, sure, Lynn, come on in.
Now is the time to heed the timeless advice from Teddy Roosevelt. Speak softly and carry a big stick. End of quote. I promise you, the president has a big stick. I promise you. This election year, the choice is clear. One man stands ready to deliver change we desperately need. A man I'm proud to call my friend. A man who will be the next president of the United States, Barack America. That saves billions of gallons of gasoline. I mean, billions of $2.3 billion worth of, $500 billion in savings and 2-point-something billion metric tons of CO2 going in the air. kids jumping on my lap. The fact is that what happens now is that we, in fact, have to fundamentally change the culture of how women are treated. No man has a right to raise a hand to a woman in anger other than in self-defense, and that's rarely ever occurs. And so we have to just change the culture, period, and keep punching at it and punching at it and punching at it.
Does nothing to tackle the number one job facing the middle class, and it happens to be, as Barack says, a three-letter word: jobs. J-O-B-S.
The younger generation now tells me how tough things are. Give me a break. We can speak out and be more straightforward. I'm not going to be a mule. I got something to do. I got to go do boom, boom, boom.
Hillary Clinton is as qualified or more qualified than I am to be Vice President of the United States of America. Let's get that straight. And quite frankly, it might have been a better pick than me.
I went to the big guys for the money. I was ready to prostitute myself in the manner in which I talk about it. But what happened was they said, come back when you're 40, son.
Eliminate one tax loophole out of $1.6 trillion worth, $1.4 trillion. Out of $1.4 billion, excuse me, $1.4 trillion. It's hard to even say it so much.
higher IQ than you do, I suspect, and I'd be delighted to sit down and compare my IQ to yours if you'd like, Frank.
You're a damn liar, man. That's not true.
I want to be clear. I'm not going nuts.
Hello, how are you all doing? We're back. Early edition. Hold on, let me just. We're back and we're early. I got a haircut. I think it's kind of too short. I don't know. But my lighting is all funky because I'm not used to streaming this early. So it'll get more normal again later, I think. But yeah, how are we all doing? I was gonna try out an early stream and see how it is, especially for viewers. I was thinking, I don't know, maybe that's an insane schedule of like streaming early and then also streaming later, like before and after Hassan. That might be too difficult to maintain. Of like, yeah, I work for like 3 hours at 8 a.m. and then 3 hours at 6 p.m. It's like an insane work schedule. I don't know. I'm trying shit out. I'm trying to stay Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, no matter what. Minus, I didn't really do it as much recently, but I had COVID. That's my excuse. But that's the goal. We'll see if it works. We'll see how it goes. Yes, EU friendly stream. Is there Dutch elections? The far right party, we have a serious problem, right? They're not doing very well. Also, Valvistra, thank you for the subscription. Patches, thank you. I believe that's it. Sort of is my work schedule. There you go. What job would that be for? I mean, you don't have to to dox your job on my stream. Servotron, thank you. Did I get bisexual on COVID? It's entirely possible. Honestly, I had a great day yesterday, and I went out and I was fine, so I think I'm probably good now. The other one says they're growing a Soma Bolshevist party. See, like, we're making Woke 2. I changed my mind. I was going to say it's Woke 3, but it's so clearly going to happen now. Woke 2 Islamogoshisma. Like, we're making it happen. C2C, thank you. Happy almost Halloween. I got a costume and it's embarrassing. I feel too embarrassed to show anyone what it is, but it is the Grudo Link thing. I did get that as my costume, but I'm not gonna make it I don't think I'm gonna make it. I'm worried about the discourse, honestly. Yeah, I'm worried about the discourse. Halloween is a big thing we see. I mean, it's not fucking Germany. Like, it's pretty close to your culture. If you're American, if you're asking me as an American, it's pretty close to you. We're pretty close to you guys. It's not Switzerland. Did I get a Dodgers tat? Yeah, no, absolutely not. The only tattoo I would get is for the Blue Jays. They're up. I wasn't watching the game yesterday because I'm a fake fan. I'm humble like they're an American when it comes to exotic Canada. If you ask, like, do they have X or Y in Canada? Unless it's like a specific brand, because a lot of the times the brands don't operate. The answer is yes. If it's an American thing, the answer is probably yes. And it's probably like, no, we actually have it 3 months earlier for some reason. Like, that's probably the answer. Go Dodgers. Fuck the Blue. No, fuck the Dodgers. I hate how handsome Shohei Ohtani is, because he's the villain. Because he is like the best baseball player of all time, probably, right? Isn't that? I'm not a baseball fan, really, but I think that that's correct. Um, grocery stores near us are better. I think we're cucked in Canada. We're especially cucked because of monopolies and like oligopolies. That's why I shop at Costco. It's the only uncucked grocery store in the entire country, and it's not even Canadian. It's an American. It's like an American Canadian kind of institution. Actually, no, it exists in Europe, doesn't it? It's in Britain as well. It's an Otani world. We're all just living in it. Yeah, I hate how much of a cutie pie he is. Because I am not in Asia too. Oh, cool. Is it Cascadia in Seattle? There's so many Seattle. Oh, listen.
Oh, I
Hello.
have no idea. Do
I
whatever
hope you had a
want all
nice
the
stream.
time.
I'm usually not awake for overlap, but I am awake today. I hope you had a nice stream. Shout out to Lisa Fox. It changed. Okay, yeah, disabled. I know. While I'm actually awake, I woke up at 7:30 today. I wanted to stream early, and it was perfect. It was meant to be. It's interesting. Like before, I was really confused how like they used to get up early in the olden days, other than just like pure force of habit. But like now, maybe this is just my anxiety is worse. But like whenever I know I have to wake up for something now, I always wake up like an hour before my alarm clock. My brain wakes me up at 6. I am starting to get like unk about it. Like when I was like 21, it was like I would sleep in if I couldn't. But now I'm like I have to wake up at like 9. Like 9:30, maybe 10 if I had a rowdy night. First viewing stay up at 5 or 6. It's funny, like I like chug water right before I go to bed. And like I go to bed at like I feel like I go to bed at like 11. That's when I start going to bed. It takes me a long time. I spilled my water. I'm not used to it's not that I'm not used to being awake now. I'm not used to working at this time. Does it make it to be at night? It doesn't. I just wake up at like 8:30 or I wake up at like 9 and I really have to pee. Back in the day, they used to sleep twice for 3 to 4 hours. Yes, I was confused about that, but then I realized that the way that they do it is you go to sleep when the sun goes down. So it's like maybe 10 o'clock. And then you wake up at like 1 in the morning. Spooky, thank you. And like, you just like, there's no light in your house because there's no industrial technology. So like the best you can get is like, you light a match or whatever. And then you like just, meditate or you read or you relax for like an hour and then you go to sleep again. And explaining it like that, it's like, well, I basically do that. Like that's not. It's like, oh, back in the old days, they had some crazy sleep. It's like I wake up in the middle of the night sometimes. It's just I go on my phone too much. And so it fucks up the sleep work. But I still like, I still do that. I feel like that's not a crazy. That's not like some like ancient sleeping technique like lost to our industrial. Take my prime, thank you. Lives vicariously through your sleep schedule. Do I have an enviable sleep schedule? I guess I can wake up late. It's fucked up. I can wake up whenever I want to, but I still wake up early. Biphasic sleep. That's class. Everything about me. Bye.
Okay.
It's Shrilltacular, thank you. Means I'm a productive member of society. I love being a productive member of society, like right now. Here's to wake up late or early, just wake up. Yeah, that's true. Being up at night is the best, the time no demands. Yeah, I guess so. But no one's doing anything. The only time it's fun being up late is when you're doing fun things. Like otherwise I just feel like it's a waste. I'm like I should be going to sleep. I don't know. Everyone's sleep schedule is so ruined because everyone's number one hobby is their phone. And it's a thing you can't put down even when you're trying to go to sleep. I say everyone like I guess everyone, the implication is I'm a part of it. It's not good. It's no good, folks. No, I mean, I own a laptop. So your favorite, you're saying your favorite hobby is your laptop. I see. I guess that's easy. Well, I guess you can just have your laptop in your bed. When I realized alarm clock went with some bells and shit. Not like a Rube Goldberg machine alarm clock that like cuckoo. That would be sick actually. I think that's really cool. Why am I live so early? I don't know. I wanted to try it out. I wanted to see. Although I think early on is a bit more crowded than like later, though. So it's funky. So I don't know. I'll see. Streaming later is like, I don't know. It's I'm still feeling at what I want my sleep schedule in terms of, or my streaming schedule in terms of like when to go live. Specifically, whether I want to do it early or late. I have the thing is like set at noon, I think. Yeah, I'm on earlier than Hassan. Earlier is harder on the West Coast though. Like I feel like a lot of the early streamers are like, it's like East Coast, which is so much easier because the sun goes live at like 3 p.m. So I don't know. It's funky. Oh, this guy's so goated. This is so beast. Oh.
So I measure time. I've compressed and condensed time. I've bent it. My day is 6 a.m. to noon, and I'm not crazy. You're crazy for thinking it takes 24 hours, just like some dude in a cave did 300 years ago.
Some dude in a cave did 300 years ago is so beast.
Second day starts at noon and goes till 6 p.m. That's day 2. And then the next day is 6 p.m. to midnight.
Does this guy think days take 6 hours?
What I've done now is I have changed and manipulated time. I now get 21 days a week. Stack it up over a month, I'm gonna kick your butt. Stack it up over a year, you're toast. Stack it up over 5 years, my entire life is different than it would have been otherwise. So I
stack it up over a month, kick your butt. Stack it over 6 months, you're toast. Stack it over 12, you're waffles.
Measure time. I've compressed and condensed.
You're a delicious pre-cooked TV dinner. Stacked it up over a year, you're gay. Stacked it up over 2 years, bisexual. Stacked it over 6, ace. Stacked it over 12 years, we're changing your gender too. I see how that can be a vocal stem. That's so beast. I love those like motivational, because that's just like being on cocaine. I think all those guys are just saying this on coke. Like you ask like an average like tech guy his work schedule on coke, and that's his response. I think. I think that's how like all of those guys view themselves. They just need like a little motivation. I guess it is just he probably literally is on amphetamines saying that. I guess. Tech guys are also big into ketamine, yes. That's like the tech guy stack is like MDMA, ketamine, and like cocaine. They like literally the Elon Musk stack, because there was like a controversy about him doing that. He's at least suited on Adderall, absolutely. Is Adderall an amphetamine? I don't know. Adderall prescriptions can literally be able to amphetamine salts. That's so beast. Okay, yeah. I guess that makes sense. It's amphetamine. Wow. It's the OG. Before they had the letter A and M, that's what they did. I like how British people pronounce ketamine. Like it's like ketamine. Is that true for British people? I'm confused as to how British people, because British people love ketamine. Like Chick Baguette, thank you. For 3 months in advance, thank you so much. Or cat. It's an island. Isn't it difficult to get shit? Because I know like Japan, right? It's very difficult to get hard drugs because it's an island. It's hard to put things on an island. Do they just not care? It's called ketaminium. Nice, that's good in England. I guess just posh people, because you would think it would be pretty easy to stop. It's just through London ports, or just cat. Yeah, of course. But I think everyone, that's an everyone thing. Cat yachts. That's. I guess what else are you supposed to use a yacht for? Sure, I'll call it. How's it going? Ketamine is used for like therapy stuff. That makes sense. In the UK they say I'm popping down the K-hole. I'm sure they do. That could be a joke. I honestly can't tell. Why don't we watch? Actually, I will be right back. 1 second. I'm gonna put this video on. I am gay. But funny, thank you. Okay.
To the ballot box less than 2 years after the previous election in 2023. This was sparked by the collapse of its right-wing government in June, when the hard-right Party for Freedom, or PVV, quit the ruling coalition following a row over migration policy. In an unexpected twist though, on Thursday morning, with 98% of the votes counted, the result showed the centrist Democrat 66 surging to finish neck and neck with the PVV, which lost a third of their seats, while the centre-right New Social Contract, or NSC, which was previously a member of the governing coalition, lost every single one of its 20 seats. So in this video, we'll explain the political background, the recent Dutch election results, and what the country's next government might look like. Never miss an episode and always feel in the loop by subscribing and ringing the bell. First though, let's explain the political context. Back in November 2023, the Netherlands general election...
Sorry, I'm back. Dr. Pepper. Thank you. I was going to pronounce it wrong.
...was won by Geert Wilders' PVV, an anti-immigration party usually described by the press as far-right, which upset the status quo of Dutch politics.
This channel is funny. I'm sure I was really quiet, I'm sorry. Usually described by the press as far-right is like a really funny way of putting that. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, that's true, technically.
By becoming the largest party in parliament for the first time. However, the two next biggest right-wing parties, the centre-right People's Party, or VVD, and the New Social Contract, or...
My hair is funky today. I got my roots done yesterday. As you can see, I'm very blonde. But then I asked her to do them to like style it straight, and I regret it. I didn't like styling it straight, which is not her fault. It's my fault. So I just like wet it today, but that makes it like funky.
C ruled out joining a cabinet led by Wilders, both because of his harsh migration policies and anti-Islam stance, and because they weren't confident that they could work with him in government anyway. So in order to get coalition talks back on track, Wilders reluctantly agreed not to be prime minister, and to instead move forward with a PVV minority government with an extra parliamentary cabinet. I.e. a cabinet made up of...
Why wouldn't she style it gay? I've been very straight recently. I hate to tell you all. I hate to announce it.
Individuals from both within and outside of politics.
Have I ever got a perm? No. I feel like that's never a thing I've ever considered. Like, it would be odd for me to get a perm.
With none of the coalition party leaders taking up ministerial posts.
Reportedly said you going brunette this week. The leaks are wrong. The leaks are wrong.
May 2024, four right-leaning parties, the hard-right PVV, centre-right VVD and NSC, which dropped their opposition after Wilders' compromise, and the conservative agrarian Farmer Citizen Movement, or BBB.
The Farmer Citizen Movement. I can't think of a more fascist... can't think of a more fascist two groups of people than the farmer and the citizen.
Struck a deal and published their coalition
That's
agreement,
crazy.
forming what was generally seen to be the most right-wing government in modern Dutch history. In July 2024, the new cabinet was officially sworn in, with Dick Schoof, a career civil servant, and
The Dutch are so cool. One of my favorite things about the Dutch is that, like, and this is like an EU stream, so please, Dutch people, correct me if I'm wrong here. But like the Dutch language is basically fake now. Like it's functionally superfluous. Like everyone knows English. It's just like, oh, but it's just like Dutch continues as a language based on like pure like, it's the traditional language. You know, it's what we pure momentum. But like English could just functionally replace it entirely.
political outsider appointed as prime minister.
Like it literally has become like a fake language, basically.
However, the coalition
How many people? It's like 90% of the country knows English.
soon ran into disagreements over the budget and immigration, and collapsed after less than a year this June, when Wilders' PVV quit following a row over migration policy, a move which Prime Minister Schoof called irresponsible and unnecessary.
I feel like I'm Dutch passing, especially because I'm like 5'9", 5'9.5". Someone posted around. Let me find this, because it's fucked up. Someone, I can't remember. There was this like height distribution thing, where you can see like the average distribution for your like your sex as well as your country. And I'm like what? It's like 5'9.5" maybe. If you go female for that, here. Well, surely that's not true. You go female for that. It's like 99th percentile. Then if you go for fucking Serbia, you're not Dutch, unfollowed. It's a lot more in the average range. Let me like if you look at male, which is more accurate to my, like I'm very tiny. I did get lucky. I'm just Serbian. You know what I mean? Like proportionally speaking, I am much smaller. I am much tinier. It's just the average fucking height for a Serbian male is like 6 foot tall. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. Why there been so much? Serbia is just one of the tallest countries in the world. Like Netherlands, similar. I think it's a similar height thing. Someone wanted me to do Sweden. Sweden is tall too, isn't it? Less tall. Not as El Bozo. You short. You guys are short. It's like Serbia. It's like Serbia, Latvia, Lithuania, or maybe Lithuania. So Serbia, Lithuania, and like the Netherlands are, I think, the three. Or Serbia, Croatia, Montenegro, Bosnia. It is one nation. Yugoslavia. It's like stop beating around the bush. It's Yugoslavia, one nation, obviously. The Netherlands and like Lithuania are like, I think, the tallest. I don't think there's a global south button. I do wonder, like, if I do like China. Yeah, see, I'm like substantially, it's like literally inverse. Instead of bottom 15th, I'm top 15th for males. Makes you think. Global South and East Africa would be the tallest. That makes sense. Luka has a Serbian dad. Luka is as Serbian as I am. Apparently, I can't remember where I heard this, but he is kind of a Serbian nationalist. South Sudan. It's the S's. Serbia, South Sudan. Oh, they don't have data for it. I don't think they have. Unless I can't read. No, I don't think, not for, at least according to this. I don't know. The data, who knows the data? Who knows how the data is on this? Top 19th percentile. It's not in Serbia. We're bottom 21st percentile. It's so funny. Sorry for this insane, tangent.
As such, a fresh
I had to bring that up. It's really funny.
election was called for October. And in the meantime, another party, the NSC, also quit the coalition after the other parties failed to adopt harsher measures against Israel following a UN-backed report, which
I am 1.5 inches tall. That is true. I am 3 apples tall. Like, spiritually speaking, I am 3 apples tall.
confirmed widespread famine in Gaza. Ahead of the elections, the final Ipsos INO polls showed the PVV in the lead, the left-wing Green Left Labour Alliance in second, and 2 Liberal
Grunt links. That's interesting that they have a green left party, because that's kind of what you want, isn't it? I mean, I'm sure it's Dutch. So what are we? We're not.
centre parties, the Democrat 66 and Christian Democratic Appeal, or CDA, close together in third and fourth. Meanwhile, it suggested notable drops in support for all 3 of the other outgoing coalition parties, the VVD, NSC, and BBB, which have seemingly been hurt
NSC is
by their
nothing, that's
affiliation with the
crazy.
PVV in government. However, the actual results were pretty surprising. By Thursday morning, the results showed a shock surge for the centrist D66, with 26
Crazy.
seats. Wilders PVV also on 26 seats, the centre-right VVD in third with 22 seats, the Green Left Labour Alliance in fourth with 20 seats,
Ouch.
and the centre-right CDA in fifth with 18.
So the Dutch voters were like, well, look, we don't like the far right, but like, let's just like bring it big back towards the center. Like, let's.
The other 2 outgoing coalition parties suffered heavy losses, with the BBB going from 7 seats to 4 and the NSC losing all of its 20 seats. Essentially, these preliminary results suggest that the PVV's short stint in government damaged both the PVV and its right-wing coalition partners. During its time in power, the outgoing PVV coalition rapidly lost support and was seen by voters as one of the most ineffective in recent Dutch history.
Yeah.
An Ipsos INO survey published in September
Because this isn't like in Britain, right? Like with Britain for the last, like, has it been the last decade? It's just like every single person in power, it's been a death sentence for. It's just like no one is happy with.
found that just 29%
This is like a specific incompetence among Wilders.
of Dutch voters, the lowest figure since 2022, had confidence in national politics. And what's more, among those who voted for the PVV in 2020,
It is interesting, like, the way that like American anti-immigration works, and I'm wondering if this will happen with Canadian one too, although maybe not. Like, the Trump style anti-immigration is like necessarily self-destructive, because it's a thing of like American voters are not able to think at a conceptual level. They're just like, oh, I would like the immigrants not to be here. I do not, it's like when a dog wants you to like throw the frisbee they have in their mouth, and you try to take it, and the dog's like, no, don't, no take, only throw. Like that's the median American voter's opinion on immigration, because like the second that ICE starts doing Gestapo immigration raids, they're like, oh, this is bad. Maybe immigration is good, actually. And it seems like that's less the case in Britain. Like, more the anti-immigration stuff is more about quotas, right? Than it is about, like, maybe I could be wrong about this. It could just be like these aren't news cycles I'm paying attention to as much. It's less about like the Wilders position is less that we should create a anti-immigration Gestapo, and more like we should be letting people in less.
only 14% still had confidence, a huge drop from 50% a year ago. This suggests a perception that the outgoing coalition failed to deliver on its key promises, namely introducing Europe's most hardline immigration policy and tackling a dire housing shortage.
Right, so it's
That the outgoing coalition failed to deliver on its key promises, namely introducing Europe's most hardline immigration policy and tackling a dire housing shortage.
they did not introduce a hardline immigration policy. They failed to do that, and voters are mad about that. It's all about send them back, but like, is that true practically speaking?
Given that pre-election surveys found housing, healthcare, and immigration to be the top issues for voters in 2025, with nearly 2/3 wanting solutions on affordable housing, older voters caring most about healthcare, and right-wing voters caring most about immigration, it looks like the coalition has been punished for disappointing voters. The other notable takeaway, though, was the surge of moderate parties on both the right and left. The centrist D66 recorded its best results since it was founded.
That's so funny that it's like, I'm so mad that they're not doing enough anti-immigration stuff. I'm gonna vote for the less right-wing party.
In 1966, with D66.
I mean, maybe the center-right is the ones who want to create the anti-immigration Gestapo.
Jan Paternotte praising the party's leader for fighting what he called a fantastic campaign.
We're only doing the quota thing in Canada. Yes, that's true. Like, the Liberal Party is now anti-immigration. And I believe, like, 2025 is going to be the first year in a very long time where the population of Canada is going to decrease, which is probably good, right? This is good, right? I'll definitely be able to own a home now, surely. Definitely, right? Right?
Campaign,
and it'll be great for the economy.
He told a positive story and left all of the negativity of the past 2 years behind him. For context, the D66 is a socially liberal...
We're Koreaning, yes.
...centrist
exactly.
party with strong support among civil servants and university graduates, and ran an optimistic campaign pledging to build 10 new cities to tackle the housing crisis. Another centrist party that did well was the centre-right CDA.
How much... This is a silly question. How much room is there in the Netherlands to build houses? Like, probably a lot less than... Like, I know one of the issues with Canadian housing crisis is, like, we have a bit less room than America does.
Who surged to win 18 seats.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you just you expand out in the ocean. The Dutch have done it before.
Up from just 5 previously. This was largely down to the popularity of their leader, Henry Bontebal.
Yeah, I can't believe I doubted the Dutch for 1 second that they couldn't just build some more land.
Who was regarded as the Netherlands' most popular party leader in the run-up to the election, and the most suitable candidate to be Prime Minister. However, the CDA still slightly underperformed some recent polling estimates, which predicted it to win up to 24 seats. And that drop-off was possibly due to backlash over comments made by Bontebal and then retracted earlier this month, implying that he supported religious schools' rights to reject gay students. Anyway, with these results, what might the next Dutch coalition actually look like? Well, even if the PVV scrapes a victory over D66 in terms of votes...
People can't conceive of vertical housing. Is that the premise? Is we're gonna build much taller? Yeah, it didn't sound like Europe was a fan of that. That seems like not
It will almost certainly be kept out of government this time round.
Yes, rich people in general do not like expanding.
Even admitted that he has little hopes of forming a government, even if they do try. This is because both the Green Left Labour Alliance and CDA have pledged to block the PVV from any future coalition. As such, a centrist grand coalition comprising of the D66, Green Left Labour and CDA looks likely as a minority government, or if the VVD is included, as a majority government. While the VVD has previously ruled out entering into a government with the left,
so this is like a grand coalition.
This position could well change during coalition talks. If this were to happen, 38-year-old D66 leader Rob Jetton would
What is the Green Left opinion on immigration?
Likely lead the administration and could become the Netherlands' first openly gay prime minister. Ultimately, the strong performance of moderate parties overall suggests that the Dutch electorate would rather have stability and experience in government this time round. If you're interested in learning more about this topic, then there's plenty of other outlets reporting on it online.
It's like it's too much. I mean, I'm not surprised about that, given the political climate. And it doesn't seem like they're especially radical, right? This height thing is so funny to me. It's funny, my Serbian sister, obviously she's Serbian because I'm Serbian. I don't know how to, is like exactly my height. Like we are identical heights. Because my dad is 6'2" and then my grandpa's 6'4". It's a very tall. My mom's side is shorter though, because I think I got my mom's side short genes. I am Serbian. I thought I was Turk. Well, it's complicated. Are the Dutch gonna be homophobic? I think they are the least homophobic in Europe, probably. That's like the reputation they have, certainly. You know what's crazy? Let me find. Victoria sent this to me. I think she posted about it on Twitter, didn't she? Hold on. There's nothing. This is so crazy. There's just like a photo. It's like Oomfies. It's like and they posted it, and then some random person is like advertising a Seattle orgy gangbang event just like with their photo. Someone on Seattle Grinder is sending this to every trans person in range, just so you know. Which is like, it feels like illegal. I don't know if you're allowed to do that legally. So I'm happy that I wasn't. Or if someone was using my likeness to like advertise like a transbian sex party, am I king shaming? No, I just don't think it's good to like advertise a gangbang with people who have no idea what it is, and I'm not participating in it. I think that's really weird and inappropriate. I mean, it's like you pick. That's what Elise said in their fight. At least they're using a good pick. That's crazy. What if my kink is using other people's image without their approval? You would happen to share kink with a lot of people on the internet, as it turns out. As it turns out, that is a very common kink to have, I think. Dutch are more tolerant than acceptance. Yeah, the Dutch, it's like, you know, I think I'm stealing this joke. You know, they like talking to a gay person. They're like, yeah, it is cool that you have sex for money. I think it is good. Yeah, that's more German than Dutch, but you know what I mean. I don't really have a Dutch accent. Like that's the Dutch kind of tolerance. Most Serbs don't. I mean, I guess so. Just to Zizek, but German? Is it like the Dutch are to Germany what like Slovenia is to Serbia? Like, are we saying that? Is that the opinion? You have to be in black. I see. That was the problem. They tolerate you in your house but won't feed you. Yeah. Do the Dutch do that too? Yeah, because like the Swedes will do that, right? They'll have someone over and it's just like, that is the funny thing about like people's identity, where it's like, oh, I'm from X culture. Like we have really big family events, and we really like eating food, and we're very hospitable. And it's like, you're just not German. Like everyone's like that. It's not like, it's just that like Germanic culture is like hegemonic in America. Like most, like the thing there is not that your culture is unique. It's that Germanic peoples are unique in that they don't do that. Mix in a little for like the er, like the French R. I'm trying to. They just really won't feed you. Oh, that's funny. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, see, that's different. That's worst of the tall people in Europe, I will say. English people cooking like they hate food. They did all that colonialism and they're not even using the food they collected. It's kind of fucked up. So the recent election, though, it's just like the center right is functionally back in power, and there might be a coalition with the left Greens. Okay. I mean, I guess that's actually not a surprise at all. I'm surprised the left Greens did worse. Like, I wonder where that comes from. There's just like a newfound confidence in the center. They were like, I'm sorry for getting a new like they were giving the far right a try for the first time, and they're like, "I'm sorry, I changed my mind. We go back to the center." Dutch are on par with English cooking. I think the sweet treats in the Netherlands are better though, right? Like you guys have some good sweet treats. Die Strupenwafel. I'm still just doing German, I'm sorry. Dutch left got 3 seats out of 150. That's different? Is there a Dutch left party that isn't Dutch election results? PVD. See, these are some real fucking European ass party names. These are some real fucking... D66 is the liberal, and then far right, and then center, like center right. Then like this is the green. And the Socialist Party is 3. I see. And then it is originally an ML thing, but I assume they're Social Democrats now. Yeah. Many such cases. I want to just know the names of these. So Denk, Dutch for think, and Turkish for equal and balanced is a minority party. The Party voor de Dieren, I don't know how to pronounce, is a political party for animals. See, look at these, they're so silly. Reformed Party, it's like Christian. It's like the CDU, is it like CDU coded? We have the Christian Union. Maybe this is more CDU party. 50 plus. See, that's so, and it's spelled 50 plus. Is that like an Anglicism? Or no, plus is probably also in Dutch. Pensioneer interest. It's a pension party, bro. That's so ridiculous. Volt. Is Volt Europa. It's like a federalist. Plus. That's so funny. Right answer, 2021. Why would you have the party be the year? I don't understand. Of course, it's founded by a used right wing to far right, so it's like a bit more. Yeah, PVV light. Party voor freedom. Yeah, it's very silly. I just love that tweet of like the European political parties, and it's like, wow, exclamation point is center right. Where is that? Here we go. It's Victoria, of course. Every European election, People's Democrat, center right, Soviet Workers' Party, center left, Citizens Forum, fascist, wow, center. Friendship is Magic, left, Green Party. Yes, the names of the Israeli parties are so awesome. Israel election. You have Likud, of course. Yesh Atid, which is the literal. There is a future. Centrist party. I mean, centrist means fascist in the like it's religious party. Jewish power. State camp, national unity. Former, it's fucking Benny Gantz. See, that's why I don't trust it. Is the political party center to center right is made up of former IDF chief of staff Benny Gantz. Like, that's not a center to center right party. They should, the political ideology position thing in Israeli politics should exclusively be defined as how human do you think Palestinians are, and it's a gradient, by the way. It's like Shas. What does it literally mean? This is like, it's for Sephardic Mizrahi. Israel our home, and it's conservative. And then Rom, United Arab List. It's called Thunder. It is called Thunder. That is. I was gonna say no, like the United Arab List isn't, but it is also it is also ridiculous. What is this one called? Literally, it's not giving a literal meaning. Democratic Front for Peace and Equality. Arab Movement for Renewal. And there's just Labor. Labor is so cucked. Labor has 4 seats in Israel. Gantz is the ultimate centrist in the literal sense of taking the average of the rightmost and leftmost parties to the Overton window. Yeah. He's a centrist in the literal sense, like, in the same way that, like Stalin was the center in the Bolshevik party in the 20s. Like, he had the center position among the Bolsheviks. Favorite South African party is COPE, Congress of the People. That's awesome. A Stalin-style centrist. I mean, he kind of is a centrist if you think about it. I will not be elaborating on that. So, what else is happening recently? U4 is still coming out soon. There's still a content embargo. I'm excited to watch all the videos. I'm excited to play it. I don't think there's anything new. There was the stream or whatever. Jazer went away from the World Series. Let's go. We have to see it. I'm very excited. It's good things. It's nothing but good things coming up, in my opinion. We got Mitz Mamdani, EU5, Blue Jays World Series. Which country? I'm gonna play Serbia, of course. What kind of question is that? Maybe I'll stream it. I don't know, because it is on streaming day. Alejandro's the only Kirk we care about. Exactly. When I had that tweet where I said that I was Kirking off, it was because of the Kirk home run. That's why. Master of Command. No. 7 years Warsaw strategy. That's cool. Serbia belongs to Turkey. Exactly. That is something I didn't realize. Because I have my Turkish sword that is passed down through my family. And like Turkish Twitter had a lot of opinions on it, and I found it very funny. But apparently, like Turkish men, like, I don't want to say fetishize because that's probably not the right like race relations, but like are very into Slavic women. That's like a big thing there. So I saw a Turkish woman rolling her eyes at like how many Turkish men were like trying to get my hand in marriage to get the sword back, which is an interesting peek into Balkan/Anatolian. That's a big thing, like most places. Is that true? I feel like Slavic women are now fetishized among like the American right, like trad Twitter people, but in the same way that they fetishize like like Latinas and like also these Asian women, which is kind of confusing. Where it's like, oh, they're so like obedient. Which like I don't Slavic women are not. That is not a Slavic woman stereotype. Yeah, that's not quite. I can't really speak for any other, but that's not what it is. It's just mail order bride stuff that's like been kind of like reinvented because of like refugees because in Ukraine, basically, I think. They haven't invented feminism, but they're also not black. I think that is probably it. It's like they haven't invented feminism over there, but they're white. Slavic women are known for being violent. That's correct, I think. I think that is a stereotype that exists. You saw the phrase snow Latinas? That's crazy. I see this, like, culturally, I do see the similarity in terms of, like, dating, in terms of, like, masculinity. What a lot of those, I saw a tweet recently that was, like, a guy was saying that, like American trad women are, like, he said it was, like, a longhouse thing, which is, like, oh, feminism bad or whatever, that the American trad women ask so much of their, like, significant others. It's like, that's actually not trad. And it's like, yes, it is, buddy. Because that's like all you have. If institution of patriarchy is really strong, the only thing that heterosexual women have is like, I demand of the person who is going to control my life that they have X or Y. That they don't do this, they don't do that. So if you're mad about like the ick list, where it's like, well, I got the ick because my boyfriend did this, like, you probably don't want to actually be like the patriarch, because like, that is how women assert themselves in those societies. And I think from my vague understanding, it probably is similar. I do see cultural similarities in terms of dating from like Slavic people as well as like Middle East, North African societies. It's a sort of similar thing where like a lot of the times heterosexual women do ask a lot of their partner, because it's like, yeah, like you're the patriarch. You run everything. You have to be good at it. And you do notice this in dating, like generic WASP guy oftentimes does just kind of show up on a date and is like, I'm here, hello, like, I'm not gonna, like, there is less of a cultural moment push there to like, I have to overperform here, I have to buy her flowers, I have to open the door for her. There is like a contract there, right? And the contract still exists within, we still live in a patriarchal society. It's just like, it's been kind of renegotiated because of the specific confines of feminism and the wins it had and the losses it had. Like, it's been recontextualized. Yeah, it's very funny. It's very funny when like a right-wing trad guy in America gets like a taste of the way that he would have to perform being the breadwinner, being the patriarch, which it's like, you know, like, the analogy I can think of is like, it wouldn't be fun to be a medieval king. Like, you have much more power than, relatively speaking, than like any other human being has. Like, just, you have more like direct unilateral control over people, but like, it probably sucked. Like, it doesn't sound like it's very fun. This is also a discourse, like, I think when men talk about the male loneliness epidemic and they talk about like, well, you know, patriarchy, it's hard for men too. It does often miss the mark, because it's like, the analogy that I found like people actually could make sense of is like, trying to make it maybe more foreign would make it sound, make it like have more sense. Like, in like ancient Rome, being a part of like the equestrian class, whatever, like the noble class, would have sucked. You have a lot of expectations on you. You have to do a lot of things, but that doesn't mean you don't have power over people. And if people are talking about like an institution of power that needs to be dismantled, the response of like, well, you don't understand it's actually really hard to be a member of the aristocracy. It's kind of beside the point. It's kind of a completely unproductive thing to say, right? So it's like, well, yeah, there are these components of masculinity that like, you know, look at all these expectations I have as the person who has to be the patriarch. But like, it's kind of beside the point. It's kind of undermining what needs to be done if we're centering that. It's like, well, we have to, like, it's like what is really articulated is like, we want something that's kind of vaguely the same as it is now. It's just like people are nicer to men. I just don't really, it doesn't really make sense politically speaking. Yeah, it ruled for like egotistical power addicts, absolutely. That is all of history, is just like sociopaths winning. It's like an important thing to understand. Yeah. They need the door. Yes, everyone wants DoorDash patriarchy. It's like everything needs to be, everything's structured in the same way. It's just like contactless. Which is not, we can see how that's like a fantasy. How that's not like a real politic. Yeah. White folks who don't live in America, stop talking shit about Kamala Harris. I know you get your little jokes from Reddit and 4chan and whatever weird racist Nazi wannabe blogs read your shit at, but if you don't live in America, stop talking about Kamala Harris. Is that confessed? I don't know. I think it is. Free yourself for 1 month. I think it is. It does feel like a very KF core. That is an interesting relation in it, like racial political relation in America, because of the way that like anti-black racism works. Like a majority of black people are of the opinion or understand that like the Republican Party is not for them. Like that's just the way that the racial hierarchy works. And so like more conservative components of that community like instead lobby the Democrats, right? Like it's like, well, to get our political project done, we have to use the power of the Democratic Party. I do think I think a part of the KF stuff does just come from that, basically. Is it's like a lot of, some of the conservative constituents of the Democratic Party like come from that. But yeah. I guess you could see that with like the climate endorsement of Biden being like an important component of Biden winning the. I actually don't think they're being facetious. Which is fascinating to me. Yeah. Okay. We have a wide dearth of political opinions in the Livegar Twitch chat, I guess. It's a Big Ten stream, folks. She's relevant. Is Kamala might run again? I don't know. It's hard to say. She wants to. She clearly wants to. You don't write that book without wanting to run again. I don't understand why she doesn't just run like for governor of California. Black Americans particularly claim Kamala. Well, it depends on your politics. I think that's the answer. Well, Newsom, this would be like after Newsom is done. she would be presumably a shoo-in in California, but I think she just does want to run federally again. Which there was a poll recently. There was a poll recently that had her at 51 to 49 for Trump, like a head-to-head, which is like really funny. I do not think she's a good candidate. I do not think that she... I will say, to Kamala's credit, she did kind of have to use Biden World. And Biden World is just like the worst political instincts possible for your political party. 90%. Most of the people, Gosmom, who watch my stream are American. I will tell you, statistically speaking. No, yeah, she's not winning a primary though. She's just not. Even in the polls right now. She's like third or fourth. It's not good. She's not a very popular candidate. I don't think Newsom either. Newsom is washed. Gavin is higher up on the primary polls right now, but he's gonna burn out. The thing is, like, Kamala is already burning out though. Like there isn't any boost that she's gonna get in the next 4 years. It's just going to be like people remembering liking her in the 2024 campaign less and less. Gavin's still on that Fortnite Friday high. Didn't Gavin Newsom recently... What did he say recently? He's like pivoting again to like being woke.
'60s world. You got the Supreme Court talking about getting rid of the Voting Rights Act, and that's very real.
Yeah.
That may likely happen in just a matter of months. I mean, they're rewriting history, censoring historical facts. It's a unbelievable moment. All this anti-woke stuff is just anti-black. Period, full stop. All the CRT, ESG, DEI stuff, that's all this is. It's this great purge.
What is...
And it's happening in real time. And I'm sitting here and I feel like, luckily I'm governor, but like, we're not doing enough.
Right.
We're not
Connery eats pants radicalized
calling this
him.
out.
Yeah.
We're not drawing a line here. And again, it's not about Democrats or Republicans. It's about who we've
Right and wrong.
man. Yeah,
Right
it's
and
right
wrong.
and goddamn wrong. Daylight and darkness.
I feel like any time
He's kind of doing a Ludwig a bit. Like it's the AV. Do you see that? Like it's kind of like creeping in there, which is like it's so fascinating to me. Do you think Newsom is do you think Newsom's gonna like start doing... Yes, he's gonna like do a Josh Shapiro thing. Gavin Newsom should go on Andrew Schultz's podcast and they should like AVE out. It's not even like it's like Josh Shapiro is doing like his best Obama impression. Like Newsom, like this is like different. Yeah, it's like Oakland accent Newsom. Like
60s world.
I don't know. Someone said he brought up transports unprompted in that interview too, which is like... That is the thing about centrist Democrats is they just don't know what they are right now. Like they genuinely don't know what they are. They don't know what they're doing. And Newsom is like, he's trying to, like, maybe I'll be like an anti-woke guy who hates trans people. And he's like, no. I'll go back to oh, it's almost damn. Halloween just a day away. Can you believe it, guys? I'm so excited about this information. Hello, Maple Takes. He's A/B testing wokeness. Exactly. He is, basically. And I wonder, like, I guess that does bode well for the future, like the recent future of the Democratic Party. Because, like, we're going to get Like woke 2 is going to be back in the next like year. Like we're bringing it back. The second that Trump's approval rating gets to like 20%, like it's woke 2 is back. We already got it with like the Cutie Cinderella stuff. Oh, I'm coughing so much. The Cutie Cinderella stuff is like woke 2. Like the fact that everyone had that reaction to her being like, I will associate with FaZe Clan even though they're homophobic. Like that feels like a 2020 reaction. Do you know what I mean? Like it's really odd. But it's coming back. You're right. Yeah, it's 30%, not 20. You're right. He does have a 30% approval floor because of registered Republicans who are fascist. I feel like we can agree with that. That's just like if he does fascism, they're gonna generally support it. The Trump approval rating is at an all-time low, right? Can we get a graph? I love a good graph. Approval tracker. Yeah, all-time low, folks. It's still it's funny. It's still comparable to the first, but I don't expect it to get better. Yeah. It is one of the worst admin. It's really impressive how many people they've managed to like kill and like set up to die in such a short amount of time. Then 19 is pretty bad. Yeah, and it's interesting. One of the big losses is young people, and I mean, I guess unsurprisingly, Hispanic people. I guess that's not a surprise. Bush 9/11 self-popularity boost. I do wonder if something like that happens and everyone just blames him. Yeah, I mean, but this was inevitable to an extent. You could kind of see this happening. Hence the Fell For It Again award, like medal thing. Also, folks, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can connect it to your Twitch account and get a free subscription you can use on me. It's much appreciated. You gotta farm primes. You gotta farm them. Thank you. Thank you everyone for, especially tier 2, 1s, 2s, and 3s, because I back to streaming and I need to hold another month of at least 300 of them for the plus thing, and then I get 70/30, which is good, which is we like to see. It's a better split because money is nice. I like having money. Let's see this. Oh.
I think we're all on the same page that we hate the Democratic Party.
The Democratic Party is not really our friend. It isn't.
So they're trying to do like this is the New York City DSA, which is like leaked video reveals.
So why are the DSA such major players in the Democratic Party? This odd relationship.
God, I fucking wish that was true, bro. I wish that was true.
Can be understood with the cuckoo analogy. In nature, the cuckoo survives by trickery.
It could be by it's certainly, speaking of cuckoo, I certainly am just continually doing this, watching this video.
It lays its egg in another bird's nest. The unsuspecting parents raise the imposter as their own until the cuckoo grows strong enough to push the true chicks out. The DSA is the cuckoo inside the Democratic Party.
It's just describing like What the fuck? I forgot the Trotskyist thing of George joining an institution and changing it.
DSA is not the Democratic Party. We must separate ourselves from the toxic Democratic
Entryism. They're just doing
a clear, aggressive, principled strategy that pushes back against the Democratic leadership and the Democratic Party as a whole.
DSA candidates run as Democrats in safe blue districts. They slip through low turnout primaries.
Is he DSA? The mayor of what's it called?
And once inside, they use the Democratic label as camouflage while advancing an extremist anti-American agenda far beyond the party's mainstream.
Oh, he is, okay.
I don't agree with the Democratic Party, but it's a great tool.
The Democratic...
It's so cool to me because, like, it is kind of, like, the real truth nuke about that position is that it's kind of cucked.
is a tool that we use.
It is like it's cucked that that is like the optimal, or it's perceived as the optimal strategy. It's not like the reality of the discourse is like, it's not scary to the Democrats, especially. I don't think so. I think if you're a Democrat, you probably prefer, well, I don't know. I don't know what you want as a Democrat. That's very funny that they're trying to pull this. Ugh. I don't think it's gonna work. You say there's a new Wow Mao video? Is this gonna be insane? I feel like his videos are insane. The Devs promise us we could push Biden to the left. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't even... Is that like a Canary Mission video or something? Like... Well, it's an AI video, so I guess it's like... Award-winning marketer. Host of the Leave Your Mark podcast. This is like... This is a fake... This is all like AI. All of these are bot likes. Like, this isn't like a real... It is Canary Mission. Did it say that, or did I just like insane clock? Oh, it does say Canary Mission. I swear I didn't process that. I swear I just like, it's like a spiritually Canary Mission video. Do you know what I mean? Canary Mission is like evil Zionist doxers, basically. The recent thing was funny. They had like a... Let me see. I think Hassan was posting about it. Or it was Mehdi Hassan as well. It was like, here are all of the evil terrorist media influencers supporting the Mamdani campaign, or like around Mamdani. Wow, Mehdi Hassan is really online. This is a lot of posts. And then in the circle of terrorist supporters who are around Mamdani, that was where Hassan was. Here we go. The terrorism, endorsing terrorism. And it's like Rashida Tlaib. And then Hassan Piker. Harry Mission's newest post about Mamdani targets 11 American journalists by name. Mamdani's media influencers. And lists offenses they deem being too pro-Mamdani, including some simply noting Mamdani's popularity. Yeah, it's like in there, and it's an insane group of people. No Stav, it's Jover. They didn't. Surprised they didn't put Miss Rachel. Honestly, I do think like putting a person who makes like kid children's videos, like even they realize that's probably not true. I don't think they have enough self-awareness. Our greatest enemy, a children's video producer. Hello, Rachel. I'm just gonna assume that that's Miss Rachel. I love your I love your children's videos. my baby son, that's definitely real and not a dog, loves your videos. First friend of the stream, Miss Rachel, exactly. I should get it. I want to get a dog. I'd make a good dog mom, I think. That is like the type of white woman I am, is like having a ridiculous dog in like a ridiculous outfit. You know, like that type of, you see like white woman with highlights who's like, he's got like the outfit and the sneakers, you know, like the dog shoes on.
I am gay.
That's definitely me. Gremlins 2, thank you. I'm gonna drip on my dog, of course. I do want an Iggy. I don't know how that squares with wanting to get a rescue as well, because I don't think there's that many. I guess like you can get like a racing dog at the end of, like after it's retired, after they're retired. Yeah, I wonder, purchasing into medical care for you. This is like trying to cut care from like Medicaid, right? Inhibit federal Medicaid reimbursement. Yeah. Because they wanted to put this in the big beautiful bill. What's 70-30? It's the split I get. So right now my split is 60-40. So Twitch takes 40%. Can they just do this though? Like I thought you needed Congress. Blocking all Medicaid for funding any services at hospitals. Is this one of those things that like they promised to do it and they like just have gotten bored? And they're like finally getting around to it? Legally you need Congress, yeah. That was my understanding. Is like the trans people are too low on the list of like things that the way that Trump wants to like cause suffering, that like they just kind of left it out of the bill because they're like whatever. Yeah, didn't Congress recently they passed a thing that is it purely symbolic? That's against the Canadian tariffs as well as the Brazilian ones. I'm gonna get some more water. Hold on. Sino-Canadian decade of the Chinese century. I hope that China will forgive us Canadians. I hope so. Let us on to the Chinese century. I mean, I'm fairly certain that's gonna be, like, I know Carney wants to trade more with Europe because it's like, well, we need another significant trading partner that's white, obviously. And there's like a lot of xenophobia in Canada, but I do think that is just the obvious answer, economically speaking. And like Carney is so realpolitik about it, he probably doesn't care. It's an ironic instance where realpolitik is like trading with a ostensibly socialist country. I'll do an US5 stream when the game comes out. Joe Badman is gonna restrict the number of refugees to 7,500 next year. Yeah, Jesus. Cardi is a little bit like Nixon coded with it. Honestly, I kind of see the vision. He doesn't have swag in the way that Nixon does. But I see the energy. EU doesn't have the power to strong on the US the way China does. Yeah. They don't make eyes with Nixon swag anymore. Yeah, that's true. It's a bygone era. It is. My favorite. Have you seen this like Nixon people where it's like gay Fujoshi Twitter, and they want like Nixon and Kennedy to like kiss. Because those are like my favorite. I think that's my favorite part of like Twitter. I think that's sort of Fujoshis can do anything. No, so British, because why not? Of course. Nixon, Kennedy, doomed Yowie. Like, is he like there are like edits I see on Instagram where it's like, good luck, babe, and then it's like interjected with like videos of Nixon and Kennedy. It's like, you know, at their debate. And then like the lyrics, it's like it's the text says you can kiss 100 girls instead of boys at bars. That was a new Cuomo AI ad.
I'm just a bill, yes I'm only a bill, right here on New York State Capitol Hill.
What the f***? What's that?
This is like produced more poorly than the than like the Will Stancil like far right harassment show.
Bill.
What's a bill?
You don't know what a bill is? Aren't you an assemblyman?
Yeah, but I don't do much. I missed over half the votes, and according to ChatGPT, I might have the lowest attendance record in history.
According to ChatGPT, you're... I am speechless. I can't even... According to ChatGPT, putting that in the script, you're too lazy to fucking verify. How much did Cuomo pay for this video? How much did Cuomo pay for a video of a prompt engineer who is too lazy to fact check things beyond searching them into ChatGPT?
It's true.
Wait, you have the ChatGPT.
It's true.
Oh, wait a sec. You mean bill like money bills? Ew, I hate those things.
Wait, aren't you a socialist? That's a lot of dough.
Well, I'm rich because I interned for my mom right before this job. I mean, my mom is rich, so I interned for her, then used more of her money to be a failed rapper who sang about loving literal terrorists.
Well, you must know what a bill is, because look, your name is on 3 that became law.
Ha! No way! I passed 3 bills in 5 years? I'm totally qualified to run the biggest city in America.
You've been here 5 years and only passed 3 bills? New York
Thank
City's
you.
over 300 years old. I'm sure you wouldn't be the least qualified mayor.
This is like the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Mamdani's prior job experience to all 110 mayors of New York City, going back to 16.
So this is literally like the guy is so fucking lazy. He's just posting from
I can conclude he
ChatGPT.
would be the least qualified mayor to ever come into office.
It's true. Try it with your own ChatGPT at home, kids.
I'm speechless. This is.
Oh my God!
This is so fucking melted. I can't even. Like I'm hallucinating this. This isn't real. Moto, thank you.
Destroy the Big Apple. Oh no!
I'm just a shell. I'm just a shell. I'm gonna destroy the Big Apple.
Paid for by Cuomo for NYC.
Yeah, that is like the worst thing I think I've ever seen in my entire life. Like,
GPT, I might have the lowest attendance record in history.
like this is real. It's from Cuomo's account. Like, it's not like a fake. Like,
I'm just a bill. Yes, I
no, I think this is honestly somehow worse than this one. Is like so profoundly lazy.
I'm rich because I interned for my mom.
I can conclude Donnie's prior job experience to all.
The least qualified mayor.
After doing a comparison of Mamdani's prior job experience.
Like, I feel like I have to make a put. Like, this is actually unreal. I can't process this. He's so the fucking prompt engineer is so fucking lazy that he just directly posts a thing like.
Doesn't only passed 3 bills? Well, New York City's over 300 years old. I'm sure you wouldn't be the least qualified mayor.
This is unreal.
100 years old. I'm sure you wouldn't be the least qualified mayor.
After doing a comparison of Mamdani's prior job experience to all 110 mayors of New York City.
He's just, yeah, sorry. No, I'm like so stunlocked by this. Like, how did they approve of this? How did they? No, like, I mean, I guess Cuomo like stopped trying like months ago. For this AI. They just directly cited chat. Sorry. That's like that. I can't believe this only has 50,000 views. I feel like this should have 100 million views. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is the most insane. It's maybe the most melted like AI video I've ever seen in my entire life. Like,
this is a
yeah, no, that's like profoundly horrific. I love the term prompt engineer. I love the term. I love that that it's like a. No, I think they did pay someone to do it. I think that's maybe funnier. I'm fairly certain they are commissioning people to do these things. Oh man. Oh man, that's so melted. I'm sorry. I'm like stun locked. How much of this stuff costed? $10,000. Like, honestly, I'm sure they probably did pay like I'm sure he did pay a lot of money for it. It's right because they have a really big war chest. That's what's so surprising about those videos. Like, they have a really big war chest. Like, Cuomo has a shit ton of money that he's raised. So, like, what? Have you seen the Israel SNL Zron video? Oh, I think so. I think I've seen this. That is the funniest thing about like Israeli culture is all those like quote unquote comedians are like, I love 2025 SNL and I'm going to like poorly copy it. Like the idea of being obsessed with 2025 SNL is like the funniest thing ever, and being like, this is the cultural language I'm going to use to articulate my "what if you were gay in Gaza" joke. Like, it's always the Israelis have one joke, and it's "what if you were gay in Gaza." That's the single joke that they use. You know, it's like, "Oh, Mamdani, you like gay people, they would kill you in Gaza." This is the Zeran SNL. It's so insane that the Jewish state is bad at comedy. Do you know what I mean? You would think if there was one thing the Jewish state would be good at, it's comedy. Like, you know, there are other things you would think it would be good at if you were anti-Semitic. But if you're not, like, it's okay. It's like, well, you got comedy, right? It's the Jewish state.
This is a message from Zoran Mamdani to the Jewish community of New York City. Hi, I'm Zoran Mamdani.
This is the closest they could get to Zoran Mamdani. This is like the brownest.
Candidate for mayor of New York City. To my Jewish friends and neighbors, shalom. Let me start by wishing you all a happy new year, or as you say in Hebrew, Intifada Tova.
Cut! It's Shana Tova. You said Intifada.
I did?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it again.
And action.
Hey, to all my Jewish New Yorkers, tonight we celebrate Rosh Hashanah with a festive family dinner and dance joyfully to the beloved song Jihada, Nagil Jihada.
Cut!
You can see it is literally like they are trying to do an SNL joke. Like, this is very extremely 2024 SNL coded.
I'm pretty sure it's...
Like, I can't remember the specific actress who would be playing this woman. She exists very distinctly in my mind. Maybe she's like a bit earlier SNL, like 2020 SNL. It's a white lady that doesn't narrow it down SNL cast.
Hava Nagila.
But like, you know what I mean, which like...
Of course.
Action.
I want to reassure you, I embrace all cultures. I love bagels, and I also love Hamas.
Hummus.
Hummus. God.
Action.
Dear Jewish friends, I promise you, I will fight anti-Semitism. I think about the Holocaust every day. That horrible...
It's Kate McKinnon. That's the one I thought. That's
Jews
the one
were
I'm thinking of.
transported by trains to the concentration camps. And it always reminds me of how my aunt stopped taking the train because she was afraid to go with a hijab after 9/11.
What?
Vote for me. And together we'll make New York City better and safer for Jews from Islamophobia. I'm Zoran Mamdani, and I approve this massacre. Message.
Yeah. Do they do brown face this? I don't think so. I think this is like... It's like the most like Mizrahi Jewish person they could get. No, like, this is basically Mamdani, isn't it? It's like, it's not quite. Yeah, no, it's, wow, you got the whole squad laughing, bro. That's killer. I want to see, like, do they make other comedy videos? They literally decide, well, they're Israeli, so they're probably fine. Like, what are their other videos? Okay, well, I'm not gonna know. This is their only, like, English-facing video. There's a Flotilla one. Oh, God. I don't... It's all in Hebrew. #1 satire show. Yeah. The Flotilla one is unbelievable. Let me see. Here we go.
Land! I see land! Where? On TikTok?
No, Land! Over there! Gaza! We are here! We have come to save you!
The thing that's actually like honestly the most fucked up to me about this is that this is like literally 2 miles away from where this actually happened. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just fucking up the coast. Like this is presumably in Israeli waters.
Stop the war! Stop the war!
Guys, amazing news! They stopped the war.
What? They signed a ceasefire after we demanded a ceasefire?
Yeah.
How dare they?
Yes! I mean, I put my whole life on hold for this struggle. Everything. My career, I mean, my relationship, my rooftop Pilates.
I've seen this before, and maybe it is just because it's the same, like, account. It's like their representation of, like, the American left.
But I thought stopping the war...
And honestly, I think a lot of this is just sourced from, like, Israeli hippies. Play Money Crusher, thank you. Like, it's a more embarrassing version, because it's like, well, that's not actually... Like, this isn't an accurate way of making fun of this type of person. Because I do think it is just like... Is that a brown bear? No, Merc, thank you. Is like... They think that, like, annoying Israelis are the same as annoying Americans.
Thing, right? We all know war is worse than gluten.
But what am I supposed to do with the boat now? Start fishing?
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, it does just turn into 2016 anti-SJW stuff.
I know. We can have more oppressed people in the world. Like, what about the genocide of Uyghurs in China?
Genocide made in China? Sounds fake.
And also, can you realize this becoming the next kefir? Get real, bro.
Sorry, I wasn't thinking. Probably the shrooms.
Uh-huh.
What? I know. They're slaughtering Christians in Nigeria.
Jews are slaughtering Christians in Nigeria?
Nigeria will be free from the jungle to the tree! Nigeria will be free!
Wait, apparently it's Muslims that are doing the killing. Yeah, Jews had nothing to do with it.
So where is the fun? It's not juicy. It's not juicy.
I mean, we can always go back to fight global warming.
Global warming? What are we, 12?
Wait, they're killing Palestinians in Gaza again.
Death to the IDF! Death to the IDF!
Wait, it's not the IDF. No, it's Hamas.
Israel literally still striking Gaza, by the way.
Militants killing other Palestinians.
The clip of that is Hamas killing collaborators, by the way.
How dare you call them militants? They are freedom fighters.
So, like, who are they killing?
Other freedom fighters.
It's a mutual...
Imagine going to hell so you could make this.
Can't you handle a little moral complexity?
Okay, now the Gazans are eating a whale.
I don't know, I'm worried.
A whale?
No, it's probably the shrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's awesome. I actually do think the answer probably is just like if you're a fascist, you're incapable of humor. I don't like... Is that really what people like? I guess you have to imagine that Greta is like that and not like an incredibly principled person who like dealt with this, you know, functionally Israeli torture again. Because I don't know, she wants attention, because it's like you don't want to be against the people who are incredibly principled and are attempting to like use whatever influence they can to fight against human suffering. Like Greta is incredibly principled is the thing. Like the thing about where it's like, oh, actually I changed my mind. It's not Jews who are doing it, so I don't think it's bad anymore. It's like literally, wasn't she was in like Armenia last year, opposing like Azerbaijan's ethnic cleansing of Karabakh or whatever. I can't remember the first. Like, it's obviously her position is not, it's only bad if Jews do it. It's just you have to tell yourself that. Artsakh Karabakh, is that it? I'm pronouncing it wrong. It is the thing of like, it's someone who gets too mad to make a joke about something. Like, you know, the person who's making that sketch is too angry to actually even make like a joke. The one liberal, quote unquote, liberal Zionist I knew before I removed myself from my life called her an attention-seeking whore. Yeah, I mean, Nagorno-Karabakh. Bibi said recently Israel will recognize the Armenian genocide only because they're mad at Turkey. That's a fascinating one. Funny strikes were fully transphobic. Trans people and Nick Mullen. What is the Nick Mullen? The Nick Mullen trans joke I know is like he's talking about the like scandal or whatever from like
I am gay.
Ernie, thank you. I don't even know if this is real, but like some like Target or whatever was selling like swimsuits that you could tuck in that were like for minors. And like the Nick Mullen take on that is like, I didn't even know you needed to hide that. Like, I didn't know that was a problem for people. So, which the punchline there is just, I have a small dick. Armenians count as Arab in Israel. Is that true? That's fascinating. They're Christian Arabs? Oh, is this Israeli opinion poll mistranslated as saying soldiers should rape prisoners? Falsely claim that the majority of Jewish Israelis believe the country's soldiers should be able to rape Palestinian prisoners. What is the real poll? Recently, the military prosecution requested to extend the detention of 5 soldiers suspected of serious abuse, and it was clear that evidence was added to strengthen the suspicions against them. If it is found that there is a basis for suspicions against the 5 prisoners, how should they be treated? Falsely stated, 65% of Israelis believe the IDF soldiers should be able to rape Palestinian prisoners. The 3 answers relate to how Jewish Israelis believe soldiers who committed abuse should be disciplined, not whether abuses are. According to Reader's translation, 65% of Jewish Israelis answered they should be dealt with disciplinary at the command level only. That's still pretty bad. I think that's kind of bad still. That's still pretty bad. I mean, I give this story about how Israeli soldiers, how 65% of Israeli society believes that soldiers who like rape Palestinians should not be criminally tried for it. 5 Pinocchios. None of them mention rape or Palestinian prisoners. They say abuses. Five soldiers suspected of serious abuse. Well, you know, it's hard to say, like, look, listen. When an Israeli soldier is disciplined for serious abuse, it could be against an Israeli. They could be abusing Israelis. Who's to say which group the Israeli soldier's been? I mean, yeah, no, it's less bad, sure. It's less bad, sure. Okay. That seems, I mean, I guess that's your job as a fact checker. Um, yeah, I'm less convinced. Devil's advocate, but a lot of militaries handle their own trials internally. Well, the distinction there, first off, if you're letting Israeli superiors discipline, like be the ones to decide how much the soldiers should be disciplined for abuse, does anyone expect that to be not a slap on the wrist? But also, it is opposed to facing criminal prosecution. So it's commonly said 61% of Israeli men think rape is okay. What is the proper translation of that one? Because I was confused by the discourse around that. I think I had a tweet because I don't understand, like the poll to my memory, related to the claim that, like, what was the specific claim there? That it was like it's like men don't believe that, like, forced sex is considered rape if it's in this context. And it was like, I don't understand, like, isn't that literally the definition of it? I don't understand how you could think that there are contexts where that happens that it doesn't classify. It's about marital rape. But wouldn't that be like, if someone says that that's fine, they think rape is okay? Like, isn't that not a crazy... That doesn't sound like a mistranslation to me. It's always been a slap on the wrist. For example, in Korea, U.S. pilots strafed a neutral zone road, killing a child, and it was world news at the time. Yeah, I mean, I do think it's pretty obvious that if you let the command, if you let the Israeli military command be the ones who decide how to deal with abuses, which, you know what, it really isn't a mistranslation. Do you know why? Because it isn't a mistranslation. I actually disagree with this. Because it's 60, like... They should be dealt with disciplinary at the command level only for abuses. That is a group of people. I mean, if you poll it differently, you would probably get a different result. That's maybe the reason why. But the logical conclusion of that is that if an Israeli soldier rapes a Palestinian, that they should get off, like, they shouldn't be criminally tried and they should be dealt with at the command level, which is going to mean, like, they get very little punishment. Because they won't get any punishment from the Israeli military for doing shit to Palestine. Like, they won't. I think we understand that. I think that's hardly a mistranslation. Folks, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can connect to your Twitch account and get a free subscription you can use on me. It's much appreciated. Do I have it with boulder climbing? I do. I lived in Squamish for like 2 years to boulder climb. I am gay! P1, thank you. I was okay. I could climb like V3, V4 maybe, like Squamish. Gabby, thank you for the Prime. I am gay! Honestly, I don't like boulder climbing outdoors because I like having smooth, soft hands. Do I follow competitive sport? A little bit. I follow women's. What is her name? Rachel, thank you. Janja's the goat. Yes, the Slovenian Janja Gambret is my goat. She's like just incredibly dominant. Is Riley Gaines Slovenian? I refuse to believe that. It's not even close. She's just like the best woman climber, competitive woman climber or boulderer. No, I guess climber as well. Hype train coming up. If you'd like to contribute, it's much appreciated. Been from years on PSN, went to high school with Gaines. That's funny. She climbed to 9A this week. Let's go. Yeah, she's also... Do you know the trans woman who climbs US peaks and plants trans flags with her blow eye? I did not. That's funny. You lesbian rock climber vibes. I'm bisexual. Pajama Milan, thank you. There's a hype train if you would like to contribute. My lighting is different, so you can kind of see. I feel like you can see the lighting on my face. Yes, I do think most men will agree rape is wrong in the abstract, but then like if you describe rape in a certain way, they're like, but come on, who hasn't done that? We have lots of cool emotes. Subscription, much appreciated. I do just think in functionally every society, violence against women is so normal. It's so regular that we have these like concepts that are especially like kind of attuned for understanding violence against women, but like there has to necessarily be a disconnect for a large portion of society between the actual violence and those concepts. You challenge the notion consent can be retracted anytime. Yes, I think a lot of men have a hard time comprehending that, which is troubling, to say the least. Yes, Sammy Landry is going to be on Drag Race. We love that for her. Our Canadian Drag Race. It's so funny. I hope she does well. My favorite, there was someone who was like who was really mad at me recently. It was around the Victoria stuff, because Victoria jokes about loving white women. And people were really mad at her for it. And someone was like, and she also hangs out with Liv Agar, who's a bioessentialist. And this is like a trans guy who is trying to like cancel me for saying that most men hate women. And he had like hallucinated that I had done anything bioessentialist. That there was any comment in there that was like, it's because of their biological nature that they're like, which is not my opinion, and it's never been my opinion, obviously. It'd be really stupid for me to have that opinion. I don't know, I just find it interesting. Like, when I say so about men, I include trans men because I respect them enough to believe, I believe them when they say they're men. I think that is a form of respect. And I think the weird, like, pathologizing of trans men is, like, he's such a soft little boy who could never do anything wrong. Is, like, kind of evil and rude. Like, it's interesting. I think that there is, like, something about... Like, in the same way that, like, there is something about... What's the best way of putting that? In the same way that, like, there's a discussion to be had about relations of power and how you exist within them. In like how I choose to constitute myself as a white woman. It's the same with trans men constituting themselves as men. Like, there is a... If you're not at least having that conversation, it's because it's not up to you, but it's still a decision, it's still an action you're doing. if you're not like having a conversation, because you see this all the time of like people are like doing MRA shit, but like trying to do it locally. Of like the LGBT community hates men so much, and it's like so hard as a man in the LGBT community, and it's like this is like soft boy men's rights activism. Anyway, you should give me money. Please subscribe. I shouldn't do the hot takes during the hype train, because then no one gives me money. Wow says thank you for the Prime. If you have a Prime, you can connect it to your Twitch account and get a free subscription. Alright, thank you everybody. And read bell hooks. It's so interesting. This is an entirely different discourse. It's fascinating to me how much like the Black male studies guys hate bell hooks. Considering that like, I wouldn't say that she agrees with them in their model generally. But like she's the most in agreement with them. It's like the easiest kind of way of conceptualizing that. I think that's very telling about how they feel about Black women. But anyways, they should be hotter. Well, I usually don't do hot takes during the hype train, and then I get more money. So I guess I have a low sample size. I saw a good take or a funny stand-up set bit on TikTok about how like bisexual women are kind of doing like 50s ball and chain humor about their like partners, about their husbands. And I do think that is true. And I kind of feel bad for that type of woman. Because it is like just date women then. I don't know. I understand why. Are there any slurs for bisexuals? It's just the gay ones. I would make a joke by just saying the gay ones, but I don't want to. I'm the NG, thank you. For 2 months in advance, thank you. Thank you so much. Like, there is a certain type of bisexual woman that is very annoying. I think that's not a hot take. I think we all know that. Because it's silly to do the like I really hate men, but like, oh, I can't stop dating them thing. The reason for it is because it's scary to date women as a woman, because you're on an uneven playing field with them, and that can be scary. Like there is something you get from heterosexuality. It is a contract. Like the men come like pre-made. It's a contract. There's a dynamic you get in, and you can be comfortable in that dynamic. And I think for a lot of like bisexual women, I think the idea of it's easier to date someone you don't respect in general. And this is a part of like both directions of the heterosexual contract, that it's like it requires a certain level of emotional maturity to date someone where if you say something and they're like, hey, the thing you said hurt me, your response like isn't like, well, shut the fuck up, you're a man, like I don't care. The idea of dating a woman, it's like, well, now we're on an even playing field. You're not going to open the door for me. You're not going to pay for the meal, you know? Like, oh, actually, I can't see you through this filter of heterosexuality. I think for a lot of those women, it's a part of why they're miserable, because those relationships suck. It sucks to date someone you don't respect, even if it's like easier, even if it's more comfortable, even if it's what you know. I saw a TikTok of this woman, might have been a they, I can't remember. I'll just say they to be safe. Where they were talking about their boyfriend and how they were in couples therapy. There was like a genuine problem because like they just didn't respect their boyfriend. They'd like, when their boyfriend said like, hey, you did this thing and it hurt me, they were just like, I don't I don't process that as legitimate. I don't respect it. And it's like, yeah, that's terrible. That's a terrible way of going about having a relationship. I'm not envious of anyone who's like that. Shermanism, thank you.
I am gay.
Yeah, I don't. That sounds terrible. I do often find that, like, when, and no offense, I think there might have been someone who said this, but this doesn't necessarily apply to you. Like, sometimes men will say, like, there's a guy on Twitter who was like, he's a straight guy, was like, I only date, like, AFABs, basically, like, non-transitioning AFABs, so, like, they, them, or she, her, no trans women, no one on T, but he's a straight guy who's like, I need to only date the bisexual ones because, like, they're like more woke about the heterosexual contract and are less likely to expect me to pay for dinner. And I often find with people like that, it's like the components of the heterosexual contract that men benefit from are so fundamentally unsaid that, like, when you go Dutch, like, you still get a woman you date who can be your mom / therapist, who does all your chores. You know, like, even in, like, feminist heterosexual relationships, the woman does more of the chores. That's just how it, like, and so, like, there's like a type of guy, especially this guy who's like straight and wants to date bisexual women, where it's like, I enjoy getting the subtle kind of unsaid components of the heterosexual contract. But, like, I don't want the overt parts of it. Because, like, when we think of the overt parts of it that aren't, like, ubiquitous, obviously it's the parts that the woman gains an advantage from. Of course, it's interesting, fascinating, it really makes you think. That, like, when we, like, try to say, like, let's create an even dynamic, the things that persist through that like it's much harder for us to imagine a world without are the ones that actually benefit the man. It's ideology, it's ideological. That the neutral form of a relationship on even playing fields is actually one where the man still benefits. It's just yeah, so I don't know. That's how I feel about heterosexuality in general. It's like, yeah, you do have to pay for the fucking meal. You do, because you benefit from, like, you do benefit, and like, that does create a bit more parity in the dynamic. Because so much of like patriarchal domination in heterosexual, like, romantic sexual dynamics is, like, unsaid. Here's a thing that just happens. It's like, a man says, like, that's not the case, it's this, and you're like, oh, maybe it is the case. It's, like, very difficult. People respect men when they speak more. These are very deep-rooted things. Was that the guy who was talking about meeting straight women on dating apps being a list of how many gender norms you adhere to? I think so. It's a patriarchy tax. Absolutely, that's how it works. That's how in my experience, that's how it's always been. Is like, the man still wants you to be his mother / therapist, still expects you to do chores if you live together. It's just like, well, I don't want to have to pay for the meal though. Yeah, and I mean, it makes more sense that heterosexual women have more demands about it, I think, as well. Beyond, like, bisexual women being, like, woker or whatever, it's like, you have the option to go for women here. You're less caught up in, like, the prison. Whereas again, it's the thing I said before about how like women in more patriarchal societies generally have more demands of their men. It's because that's all that you have, right? Lee host, yeah, thank you. And I mean, I don't know. I think that you see that like I see that with like dating like Balkan men, which I would not recommend if I'm gonna be honest. I would not recommend dating Serbian men. I think it's a fraud. And I don't mean like ethnically speaking. I mean like a guy who grew up in Serbia is like, they're much more fun. They hold the door open for you. They buy you flowers. They compliment you much more. But then they do expect more of you. They're more insane. I mean, maybe that's just... I can say it. I'm allowed to say that. That's Serbian racism. No one is scarier than a straight Balkan man. That's so true. The fucking, like, the Hugo Boss. Balkan men ensure that Hugo Boss doesn't go out of business, I think. They're scary on 90 Day Fiancé. They're scary in real life. Anyway, what else is going on? My nose is stuffy. I don't know why. You know, remember being scary? Well, sometimes you don't. I don't know. It's hard to say. That's not in your power sometimes. I would say produce, like, if you're beginning with men, you should do it in the safest way possible. The safest dynamics possible. But it's also about getting vibes from people. I don't know if I have advice on that. If you're meeting a man for the first time from the internet, you always do it in a public place. If they try to like get anything like sexual from you before, you don't. You give them nothing, and then if they keep prying, that means that they're a person who doesn't understand what the word no means when a woman tells them it, and you should not see them in person. Old Alphabet, thank you. And it's just survive. I actually do like. Some people have done this to me where it's like, do you want to call a bit before we go? And I wonder, like, for me specifically, if it's a voice check. Because that is like a... But I think beyond that, it is also just like... It's good to see what someone's vibe is. It's like through like literal conversation, you know? I don't hate that of like, do you want to just like FaceTime or call a day before? And trust your gut. That is the thing. You have to trust your gut. I used to think that was like such a lame thing to say. Because it's like, that's irrational. It is irrational, but it works. I don't think it's a voice. The voice check is not very hard to pass, in my opinion. Like, the bar is lower than it would normally be. The call is to check if you're famous streamer Lee Vega. It's entirely possible. It's trusting your gut works. Like, there is something about that where I'm like, I felt weird about that person, but I didn't trust my gut, and then look what they're doing now. It's very, I think a lot of it might just be I mean, it probably is just like subconscious. A cis woman did chat advice on a Sun stream and said a lot of guys want to FaceTime with her. Yeah, I do think it is just common. Like, I remember one example I could think of was like when I had roommates, I remember, like, in my mind, I always, like, knew if someone was in the washroom, and I didn't remember why that was. And I realized it's specifically, like, the door is closed and the fan is on. And I wasn't consciously clocking that in my mind of, like, oh, the fan is on and the door is closed. Clearly there's someone in here. I would just say, like, I would just think, like, oh, there must be someone in here. I don't know why. Sometimes your gut, it's just like a shortcut. Sometimes it's completely irrational and it turns out it's fine, but I do not believe in ESP. I don't think it's real. But I think there is something about trusting your gut. I think it's an abstraction to just explain things that we don't understand. But I don't think there's anything that can't be explained by, you know, physics or whatever. I can tell when a bathroom is empty anywhere in the world at any moment. Exactly. It's seeing the word on the screen. I said that video was Canary Mission, and I don't remember reading that it had the Canary Mission thing in the bottom right. But I was like, this must be Canary Mission. Makes you think. Yeah. But I don't know. It is just a risk. This is such a goated headline. Transgender rabbi booted from Biden White House headlines pro Mamdani ad ahead of election day. Rabbi Abby Stein participated in Iranian state television event with the Iranian president.
Hi, Rabbi. Hi, Rabbi. Hi, Rabbi. Hi, Rabbi. Hi.
We're among the thousands of Jewish New Yorkers who've been out door knocking and phone banking to elect Zohran Mamdani. We're also rabbis.
We know Zohran will fight to make our city affordable and safe for our families.
And for our neighbors of all.
Blasted for featuring rabbi tied to Iran. A group of social justice rabbis, including a transgender rabbi who reportedly mingled with Iran's president. She's actually so goated. She's so... I kind of love her.
Housing, transportation, and childcare for their families too.
As Jews, as rabbis, as New Yorkers, we believe that all...
Which, by the way, like, that's not true. I don't think that that's true. I didn't know that I could hang out with fucking the president of Iran. Oh no, it is true. That's so good. She's actually a member of New York's ultra-Orthodox Jewish community and an ordained rabbi. Came out as a transgender woman in 2015. I actually love her. She serves as a rabbi she's in a progressive synagogue now. I mean, of course. Could you imagine she's like still ultra-Orthodox? I'm kind of obsessed. I want to see the actual... See, there's the headline about Iran. Given her meeting with the president of Iran. I want to see this. Yeah, the thing about Iran isn't actually pro-trans, by the way. That's like, if you see the details about the surgeries they're giving to those girls, you would not believe. Like, you are a very marginalized member of society if you're a transgender woman in Iran. It's not. You would rather be trans here. Like, sorry. Like, it's not. Attended UN meeting. Oh, attended UN meeting. So this is, she attended a UN meeting with the Iranian president. You remember marginalized member side if you're a cis woman in Iran? Yeah, but it's substantially worse. That's what transphobia means. That's good. I love her. That's peace. That's good. They're basically siblings, yeah. Yes, Sneeko is pro Zoran Mamdani because he doesn't like Israel. Is Sneeko Muslim now? Was that like he did a conversion? Yeah, no, he converted to Islam. That was so funny. People were giving me shit when I said, I was saying after like one of Zoran Mamdani's best demographics in the mayoral, the midterm, or the primary for, not the midterm, the primary for the Democrats was like white males. And I made the point that it's like, well, it's funny that the Democrats are looking for their like white male whisperer. And here comes Zoran Mamdani, and they like want nothing to do with him. And everyone was like, you're a fucking idiot. You don't understand that the white male who votes in a Democratic primary in New York is not the same as a white male, average American white male. And then right after that, fucking Sneeko endorsed him. And it's like, no, I think that this guy, I mean, we've seen this now. He's going on the podcast, right? He's doing the Andrew Schultz podcast and he's killing it. So he clearly does have support. Like, I wonder if that's true. And like, he hasn't been pulled that much federally because it doesn't matter. Like, support matters in New York. But like, he does have the young white male. I think they do like him. It's white guys are so back, exactly. It's a white boy summer. Yeah, poll said half Americans don't know who he is, exactly. Like, you can't take his opinion polling seriously because he kind of isn't a national figure. At least yet. And nor does it matter because he can't run for president, so, you know. He does well in the white boy general election. No, I think white boys are extremely back. Just look at Platter not being sunk by Nazi. I think he's sunk. Like, there was a poll recently where he was at 20%. I think he's cooked. Because, like, of course he is. Yeah. I mean, it was funny that people were pretending. I mean, I guess I got this wrong. I guess I did say, I was like, what are the odds that people don't give a fuck? No, they care. People care about a Nazi tattoo. Which, like, maybe the smartest take here, that if I thought about it a bit more, I would have immediately made, is like, it's not about like, oh, you do a purity test, you're abandoning someone. It's literally just like, this is a sunk candidate. Why are you fucking supporting a sunk candidate? Like, you're losing political clout by pretending that a Nazi tattoo isn't a big deal. As if obviously anyone of any other political ideology had a Nazi tattoo, you would say that they were a Nazi. Like, this is a component of it people didn't talk about at all, which it feels obviously hypocritical. If you're the one who is doing the thing about every, like, And I'm not hypocritical because I think it's bad in all the cases. But if you were the one doing the thing of like, oh, look at the Sonnenrand, look at the Nazi tattoo on that Ukrainian soldier, they're all Nazis. And then you turn around and you're like, oh, the Marine who got a Nazi tattoo is actually just misunderstood. You look like a hypocrite. You look like a hypocrite. And it's like, why are you burning your social capital, your whatever, for someone who's clearly sunk? Maybe that's the obvious take in retrospect. Yeah, he's not a Nazi, he's just a moron. He's just a really stupid person. Yeah. It's just... Yeah, he's just very stupid. It's just another... If you want another Fetterman... It's just... You don't want... You don't want a Tea Party yourself. For no reason. It's just not a smart idea. You don't want the people in office being like the average stupid constituent. Like, you don't want that. And again, it's over a fucking like Silver Spoon business owner. English cricket facing legal action over transgender ban. Good Law Project. So someone's like trying to sue them. It's not gonna work. Like the British courts are like not gonna care about that. That's not gonna work. No, the British courts are not gonna overturn that. I guess I respect the attempt, but that's the real take. No one should be playing cricket. Absolutely. Grand Planner's gonna lose the primary and build himself a killdozer. Truth nuke. Folks, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can connect it to your Twitch account. I get a free subscription you can use on me. Building a killdozer like Yad Narak, exactly. Even my apolitical NATO stepdad knew of it, of the tattoo. Yeah, I mean, he's cooked. He's cooked. He's cooked, chat. It's over. NAFO dad is crazy, yeah. I assume you just mean like he's pro-NATO and not that he like specifically is on NAFO Twitter. That was like a former mod who's no longer a mod because she's like not like has enough of a life to not, no offense. That's not, I'm joking. Her dad is like an anti, or was at least like an anti-Chapo like shit lib in like 2018 or 2019, which is like so beast. It's so beast to have like a middle-aged like Jewish dad who like hates Chapo Trap House. I actually think that's so awesome. Shout out to May. I don't know what she's up to now. A Tedrick dad? No, Tedrick is like not a anti-Chapo shit lib. Tedrick is just like I voted for the emails lady. Like, I don't think that Tedrick knows who Matt Christman is. Do you know what I mean? That would be so beast if he did. I don't think so. Who is it like? Isn't it like it's Rue, friend of the stream, who is like he's like family friends with Tedrick. He's like he's woke. The idea of feeling family friends with Tedrick is so awesome. Yeah, Chapo wasn't left enough for him, exactly. See, the one problem with streaming early is that I'm sleepy. I woke up an hour before my alarm because whenever I have to wake up early, I just wake up extra early. One problem is I haven't been running in the morning like I usually do, because I've been told after you get COVID you need to relax more. But it makes me sleepier though. I have a goated breakfast. Right now the current breakfast is, it's like I toast sourdough but on like a pan in butter because it's better than like a normal toaster, and I also don't have a normal toaster in my new house. I forgot to get one. Or my new apartment. And then I mayo on it. It's like baby arugula, Swiss Gruyere that I like cut up, and then prosciutto. And it's actually so good. I'm like, it's so goated. I would recommend. It's a great way to wake up. And then usually I'll also have miso soup, which is like pretty basic. Like I just miso paste, like hondashi or whatever, and then tofu and green onions. Mayo at breakfast? You don't know about? Oh, guys, lactose. I am lactose tolerant, which I am so happy about because I love lactose, folks. I love it. Folks, we love it, don't we? What kind of European shit is that? Is that European coded? Over here in the Western Hemisphere, if we don't feel like shit after breakfast, it's not real. Mayo, doesn't mayo have... I thought mayo has lactose in it, doesn't it? True Turkish Central Asian genes for lactose. Do Turks digest lactose? Oh, mayo is eggs. Oh, okay. It's just eggs and butter. Yeah, Serbians it's like 50-50, but all of my family I think can tolerate lactose. So I got lucky. We made yogurt with it. Right. Turks do famously like ice cream. That is true. Middle East is mixed in general, yeah. No, I'm very happy. Oh, butter has lactose in it. Yes, of course it does. That's the one. New BC DLC for American Truck Simulator. That does sound actually very appealing to me. That sounds really appealing to me. I don't like margarine. Get that woke shit out of here. Get that woke nonsense out of this chat. Did I infect Fury with COVID? I actually think it's the inverse because she did have like a cold when she was here. And I did get it afterwards, so it makes you think. Bringing her disgusting British COVID strain over here. BC is American now, always has been. She has it now? Oh, okay. I know that she's been over there for a while now. Turks are like this. I wouldn't think that way. How much they lean on the Khanate mythos and heritage. What is the? Let me find the lactose tolerance map. This is cool. I guess old world. That's interesting. You can see, I guess, yeah, it's very like Northern Europe. And then also like Arabia as well. That's interesting. Yeah, and then it's pretty low elsewhere. Lactose is an interesting one because it is just like, it's not natural selection. Like you would think that that's how it works, that it's just like the people who couldn't tolerate milk died and they didn't pass on their genes. It's like a population is tolerant of it the more that they consume. I know there's been like big pushes historically over the last like century, half a century by like some East Asian governments to try to get their population lactose tolerant. I can't imagine how long that takes. I'm developed it at 58. I'm terrified of developing lactose intolerance. Do I have to consume more milk? Is that how I like ward it off? Because I want to be able to tolerate it. If you go up eating it, no. It's like at a population level. If a population consumes lactose, they eventually developed a tolerance for it. It's over like a long period of time, right? Yes, exposure develops tolerance, but then it also is a genetic thing. Basically, what I'm saying is like Lamarck is correct. Darwinians, BTFO, this is a neo-Lamarckian stream. A lot of people lose the ability to process dairy throughout their life. Bummer. You lost a lot of your tolerance after being vegan for a few years. Bummer. Well, I guess not a bummer for you, unless you're not vegan anymore. In which case, bummer. Shoei Twink Death? Don't even suggest that. That's what a terrible. No, he's still a twink. No, he's absolutely still a twink. Have you seen? What's the meme recently about like wife asks me if I had 2 beers, more than 2 beers, and it's like a Shoei reaction image. I can't find it. No, he's absolutely still a cutie pie. Worst thing I've ever seen is Nikolai Guy on Twitter. Yeah, the Serbian twink death is hard. It hits you hard. It's funny, my dad had like such a baby face. I saw his like university yearbook and I was like, is this the high school one? Like he looks like 18 and he's like 22. But now he just looks like a Russian mobster. Like it's crazy. It's crazy that like baby face to like Russian mobster. You hate to see it. I mean, he's doing fine. I don't think he wanted to have baby face. I don't think he enjoyed that. I have to ask him though. "22 looks like an 8-year-old is crazy." I feel like it's not. Maybe, but yeah. I'm trying to find the. Choi is he's still twinkish. Or maybe he's just baby girl. Maybe that's it. Does my dad like horses? No. He's not Jokic brained. Did you find it? Finally, thank you, member of chat, for finding the clip. I feel like my chat's never gonna find clips, so thank you. Shaking my SMH everyone else. Like he's so baby girl, it's ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous. The other one I saw of that is like when my friends ask me if I've been talking to my ex again. You see what I mean? It's like twink adjacent. Yeah, we love him, don't we, folks? Well, we don't, I guess. I hope he loses, but I saw a really funny one. Did you guys see it's like he's meeting with President Trump and he's like friendly, and someone quote tweeted it being like, they told him this is the CEO of DraftKings. It's a good time to live in LA. It won't be fucking next game. Trust me. I want the Jays to win. It's because I'm a Canadian patriot, obviously. They really are playing it up as like the Blue Jays are like Canada's team, which is funny to me. But I believe it. I trust the plan. Dodgers are pay to win team, exactly. I have chips because I'm kind of hungry. These are one of my favorites. I love Kettle Brand, but the truffle oil and sea salt. I realize this is like, I feel like this is very stereotypical, like rich white woman thing to eat is like truffle oil chips, but they're so fucking good, dude. It is, yeah. I've just decided to like lean into it. Like just being a white woman. Like not in like the evil ways. But like, you know, in that sort of wine mum core. I've said this before, but like being a white woman is really fun. Like not like I'm not like a Karen, like, you know, I would rather shoot myself than make a service worker uncomfortable. But like all the other, like going to brunch and having a mimosa is like so goated. Yeah, I guess I do have prosciutto for breakfast. It is fun. It's, yes, and having like a goofy looking dog with a goofy sweater. Having a meditation app, going for runs in the morning. It's great. I like truffle oil, sea salt, arugula, Gruyere, prosciutto. It just needs a bottle of wine. Yeah. Having a Labubu, yeah. Bloody Mary or punch. It fucks me up that you guys don't have Caesars, like Americans. Need some Dubai chocolate. I think that like bleeds into evil white woman. A Caesar is it's a Bloody Mary with clam juice. Made with vodka, clamato juice, hot sauce, Worcester sauce. No, wait, this isn't right. Yeah. I like it, it's good. No, it's not a Bloody Mary, because it also has, wait, I think this is wrong. I swear it has clam juice in it. Oh, because that's Clamato, yeah, of course. Wait. It's not a Bloody Mary, though. No, I feel like it usually is one of these clam juice and I'm like going insane. It is clam juice, yeah, because the Bloody Mary doesn't have clam juice, right? It tastes really good. A Clamato does, but a Bloody Mary doesn't have a Clamato in it. There was some Canadian I know who like ordered a Caesar in America. And they brought her a Caesar salad. Yeah, it doesn't have Clamato in it, the Bloody Mary. Anyway. What else is happening? Getting a salad at a bar by accident and like aura farming. Speaking of wine moms, she is so goated. I love her.
Finally, if you think this Zoran thing is happening just in New York and you think people are waking up only in New York City, you're mistaken. Look at this clip of a wine mom at the No Kings March. Play the clip.
Whatever his name was?
Charlie Kirk, ma'am?
Yeah, him is horrible. Horrible.
Charlie Kirk is horrible?
Yes, I'm glad he's not here.
You're glad he's dead?
Yes.
Why would
I
you
love
say
this. Like, this is like the Vanguard.
something like that, ma'am?
Because he was horrible on the campuses, the college campuses. Horrible person.
You know what? I do the exact same thing.
Well,
would you be glad if I would die?
Maybe. I'd have to think about it.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Be ashamed of yourself.
Your friend just said she'd be happy if I died. I think we need to...
That's her bestie. You know that's her bestie. That's how I feel whenever someone's mad at my friend for something on Twitter. It's like, you said this. I do feel like this
Friend
lady.
just said she'd be happy if I died. I think we need to...
So listen up, Democratic establishment.
That's so BS.
You can either jump on board with this shit or we're coming after you in the same way that we come after MAGA. Period. Stop taking AIPAC money. Go on an I'm sorry I took AIPAC money atonement tour if you want to stay in power. Stop missing out on these big
The Dem establishment is just so not prepared for the 2028 realignment on Israel.
rallies. Hakeem and Chuck should have been front and center introducing the next mayor of New York City, but no, they wouldn't show up because they're pussies. They're pussies that are beholden to the same corporations that that helped Donald Trump get elected. And this is just an embarrassment. Kudos to Bernie, to AOC, to Zoran. And that woman out in somewhere middle America saying, fuck Charlie Kirk, he was a racist, he was a piece of shit. There are so many more of us than there are of them. And these Democrats that continue to play patty cake with corporations and lobbyists, nobody wants that. Nobody wants you. We want politicians to speak freely and look at what the benefit is. Look at what is happening in New York. And you dipshits are sitting on the sidelines, running your social media like complete dorks. It's embarrassing. Get your shit together. Hakeem and Chuck, seriously, get your shit together.
She's so based.
Because the Democratic Party is moving.
I feel like I've known about her podcast for a while where it's just like wine mom coded.
We are moving on.
And then I think this started because she's friends with Hassan now. Yeah, this type of normie is only gonna get more intense.
Finally, if you
her accent, what is her accent?
You think this Zoran thing is happening?
I don't know what this accent is. Was it Oklahoma? Oh, it is. Every single time it's it's a Democrat in a Republican state. Like Democrats from Republicans, like a wine mom Democrat from a Republican state is like in terms of how radicalized they are against Republicans, it's like Maoist level. She's so based. I love her. I love her so much. That is the thing before. There was a tweet I had before about how, like, it makes sense that, like, dark woke is gonna happen because, like the original woke was, like, just kind of not cruel enough for American society. Like, it didn't reflect the level of cruelty that generally exists in American society. And, like, the right-wing reaction to that was like, oh, remember that one time that this racist guy got bullied into peeing his pants? And it's like, you don't know what's coming. You do not fucking know what's coming, brother. Like, you... Like, the example they gave was that guy, that, like, video game developer who had, like, a porn shirt on. That got, like, you know, people were like, that makes women uncomfortable to have a shirt with naked women on you. It was like, remember when they bullied this poor man into, like, like, quitting his job? You have seen nothing yet, brother. For better or for worse, the Vanguard will be ran by just like this lady. The woke 2 Vanguard. Welsh guy quoting Mein Kampf. That's no good.
They'll destroy the Tory party, but they're not the full answer because they're not ethnic nationalists. They're civic nationalists. I mean, they've got Indians in the party. I believe the deputy leader is an Indian. In actual fact, see, all non-white immigration in this country is illegal.
England is so cooked, dude.
They're all illegal because of the British people. Democracy.
Sorry, Britain. He's Welsh.
Represent the people, and people have voted successively in elections to stop immigration.
I do feel like the Welsh do have, like, a lot of Hitler particles, but they're just kind of like, people don't know about them enough.
And the politicians don't listen to them. Adolf Hitler said in Mein Kampf that the politicians are caterpillars. And at the election time, they come out and turn into butterflies. And after the election, they turn back into caterpillars.
Yeah, it's so, like, you have to be such a profound moron to be, like, impressed by Mein Kampf. Like, even, like, the Nazi leadership, like, didn't care much about it, because it's just it's beyond being Nazi, it's a very poorly written book. Do you know what I mean?
That's exactly what...
Like, the idea that you have this quote that, like, doesn't make sense as a metaphor, because butterflies don't turn back into caterpillars. Like, memorized because you're so impressed by it. It's, like, it's so funny to me. All right. If you have an Amazon Prime account, you can connect it to your Twitch account and get a free subscription you can use on me. It's much appreciated. What is the Welsh Party's politics? I actually don't know much about them. Plaid Cymru. It's like vaguely center left. Oh, is this on live? I wanted to try a thing. Elite 4, Karen, thank you to Karen, the Vanguard of the... I might try a thing where I like do a couple hours before Hassan and then I just like go live after he's done. That might be the move. Maybe I'll raid Mike. I'll be back later today. Maybe that works. It's like an EU stream and then an NA stream. Bracketing is on. I'll be back later. Again, the schedule is Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. I'll talk to you guys later.